We are a 15-bed facility providing residential trauma-informed, culturally appropriate treatment for individuals of Indigenous ancestry across Canada, primarily Ontario, but we do open our doors to anyone from other provinces as well. And we've even had individuals from the United States who are Indigenous come into our program. We had a program in here that ended right before Christmas, but because a lot of the clients were from far away and their travel plans home would involve an overnight stay, we decided to graduate them a day early so that they could go home in the shortest amount of time. Everyone was out of the building by probably 2 o'clock that afternoon. 11:30 at night, I get a call that the building is on fire. Thankfully, no one was in the building, no one was hurt, but the building was destroyed. The whole admin section, the reception area, and into the dining room. The residential end was not impacted other than with smoke and fire damage. It was devastating. In the fall of 2019, we invited Luke and Ron to make a presentation to our board as a consult company lobbyist kind of thing. And the board agreed to a contract with the CCS group.
80% of our clients are either Indigenous communities or Indigenous organizations. When a client has an identified problem, we engage federal and provincial governments to see if we can get some funding and cash flow to address their specific problem. No one was moving very quickly, no one was moving fast. They knew about the fire, but really weren't engaging in discussing and rebuilding the new center.
Ron met with us a number of times to look at different departments within the government, different ministries within the government that we could approach to secure some funding to rebuild.
I shared with Wanda my vision of how we were going to do this, how we could potentially access federal and provincial dollars. She heard the plan and she was like, okay, write me a proposal, and then we started engaging.
He organized a number of meetings with different levels of government, provincial and federal government, that we met with and pled our case.
The Green Inclusive Community Building Fund was announced, and I said, we really lose nothing by trying to get those dollars. We applied for the program, and then we did a lobbying campaign to try to get the dollars. The local MPP said he was pushing very hard. The local MP was pushing hard. Everybody was pushing hard for us, and that's why we were able to get it. It's such a competitive program. Anybody that knows the Green Inclusive Community Building Fund would know it's the most competitive program, and it's like winning a lottery. We've had a long relationship and we have had a lot of success, but as soon as the government gives you a bit of money, one thing that I've learned over time is that they become committed to your organization. We had technology, we had to have backup generators, we had to have security systems, we had to make sure that that we had good fire systems moving forward. That was funded by the Department of Indigenous Services Canada. So this idea of like, okay, when you're able to access funding from one pot and then the government sees that the project's a go, there's opportunities to get a lot more funding.
You know, carving those pathways through the government system, coaching, mentoring us on how to approach and what to expect, which I found very helpful, and also following meetings, his interpretation and what was maybe being said between the lines. I was confident in his understandings of government rhetoric and navigating us through that.
My colleague actually, his family member went to Native Horizons and it changed their life. They came out with more empowered and less enslaved by their addiction. He knew that Wanda had a track record of success, and he knew that she was aggressive in making sure that delivering the services to the surrounding communities and to First Nations.
They're very willing to assist and know the ins and outs of the government and know specific people in the government that can support and are committed to what Indigenous communities are doing.